Hi, all. Welcome to Rax Infotech. In this session, I'm going to demonstrate how to install Oracle 19c standalone database on OEL 8.3 step by step. OEL means Oracle Enterprise Linux. For this setup, we require some prerequisites like VirtualBox and operating system and the database softwares. So first, we will install Oracle VirtualBox 7. And then we will download the Oracle Linux and database softwares. And then we will install the Linux. And then we will install database prerequisites and the database software. Okay. First, as first point, install Oracle VirtualBox, right? Install Oracle VirtualBox 7. I made a video in my channel. It is available. You can go through it, Rax Infotech. Okay. youtube.com/@Rax So in this session, like I'm not going to install this, but it is like it won't take more than 3 to 4 minutes, including the download. Go through that YouTube channel and you can set up your VirtualBox. Next step is download the Oracle Linux softwares. You can download the Oracle binaries or any Oracle products related binaries. You can go to edelivery.oracle.com. Here it is, edelivery.oracle.com. If you are trying to log in first time, you have to create your account with your personal mail ID. If you have already the mail ID or account in the site, you can click on sign in. It is a single sign on. If you log in once, next time it will not ask you the username and password. The same time, same session. If you are trying to close this and try to access, it will prompt you the username and password. So from here, we need to search what all the softwares we required. Okay, we are looking for Oracle Linux, right? Search it. Type Oracle Linux and search it. We are looking for Oracle Linux 8.3. Latest one is available on this location or e-delivery site is 9.2. So you have to select this. It will add to your cart. Once you select and click on this 8.3, it will add to your cart here. You have to click on continue. See here, our Oracle Linux 8.3 software. Then you need to select the platform or languages. In operating systems, we are going to choose it's x86 64-bit. Then you will get a continue button. Then click on it, and then you will prompt to this one terms and restrictions page. If you are not accepting this terms and conditions agreement, this will not enable you to proceed further. Click on review and accept the Oracle license agreement, and then click on continue. Here we have all these DVD and ISO boot images. All are ISO images only. Boot and DVD, complete DVD will be there. But in you can unselect it. If you want to select everything, you can click it here. If you want to unselect it, click here. Why? Because I'm not going with all these software. This is not required. Any one of the software you can choose ISO. In my case, I'm going to choose this one, Oracle Linux Release 8 Update 3 Boot ISO image. Click on download. It will download one Oracle SSO, SSN, DLM1 execution flight. Click on this. It will ask you to where you need to download. Choose the path. I'll choose the same directory. I'll choose it. No problem. Okay. Click on next. Which path I have chosen in that location, this software is going to download it. Once it is downloaded, I'll show you. Let me pass this. Yeah, it's almost like 40 to 50% is completed. Earlier, no, previously, we don't have this option. If you click on that, it will download it directly to the path where you are selected, the destination path. But last few years, Oracle has provided this download manager software executable file. It is if you have any network issues or if you want to pause this download in between, that option also we have. If you want to pause, you can pause this download option. So it is one of the good function they had given. We will wait for a few minutes. It will download and then we will proceed. Yep, software is just now finished. So open to the destination, or you can go with this. The path where I have given is downloaded folder only. See, here it is. It is downloaded. And I'm going to place this software file location. Okay. Then download portion is completed. And then we are going to install the virtual Linux, like on VirtualBox, we are going to install the Linux. So for this, we need to prepare the VirtualBox. This is the one which I already have some of the machines, but now I'm going to prepare new machine. For that, you can click on the machine, then click new. I'm going to create a prod database. Okay, I'm just reminding, like this name you can make it anything, any one of that name you can give it, and the folder where this software, the virtual machine, needs to be installed. This I can choose the availability of the storage. Okay, I'll create one prod. So my machine is going to install this portion and choose the type. It is a Linux one. If it is Solaris or which operating system you are going to install on this machine, you can choose it accordingly. If it is a Windows, select Windows. But in our case, it is a Linux one, 64-bit one. So I given the name of the machine, prod DB machine, and the location where we are going to create this machine, and the database which we are going to, operating system where we are going to install, and the database where everything will be this path. Click on next, select your hardware, like how much memory you want to go. Minimum, I'll go with the 4 GB. Or if I have sufficient memory in my system, so I'm giving this much. I'll give you 2 CPUs. Processors, I'll give you 2. Then click on next. How much hard disk you want to give for that? I'll give 50, 70 gig. It is not required that much. 50 gig is also fine, but more storage, more flexibility. If you want to download any patches or anything, you can use this. Or if you want to go with the hard disk which is existing, it that also you can choose. Without hard disk also you can choose. Virtual hard disk is do not add any virtual hard disk also. You can choose later on. We need to, we can add that as well. So let's go with this. So our machine is ready. Go through the summary. What is your machine name? Machine as a host, anything, like it is not a host, the machine where we are going to install the operating system. Prod DB location. My memory is 6 GB. I enter 2 processors. Storage is 70 gig. Click on finish. That's it. It's very easy to start your machine. So till this portion, we have just created a machine on VirtualBox. Now I'm going to select the system. Okay, and that's not the system. Here storage. I need to add the boot image, right? Whatever we are going to install OEM. So select the disk under the controller empty. Here you can choose your operating system. Choose from the disk file. I have stored in my D directory Linux lab OEL 8.this. This is my software boot image which I downloaded just before it, that I am going to choose it. See, it is image has been captured, and do the network setup. We need to enable 2 adapters here. One is bridged adapter, another one I can take internal or host only adapter. These are like network things which when you are trying to access your machine from outside VirtualBox and all, it will help you. Then we have one more parameter here. If you want to copy paste should work from your VM, you have to enable this. That's it. Click on OK. Now I'm trying to, I have uploaded the software like image, ISO image for OS, and I'm trying to start this one. It will boot that software. Okay. Installation process started on VirtualBox. Choose this one, Oracle install 8.3 and enter. Click on enter. So it is going to load that. Once load is completed, then it will prompt you the GUI one, like set up the language and other things. So installer has been started. We will get a GUI. Give us a few minutes, we will check into that. Here it is. Now, this is the installation summary, like starting page. Welcome to the Oracle Linux 8.3. We need to choose which language you are going to choose. United States or English in India, any one of them. I'll go with the default one. Okay. Click on continue. In this portion, we need to, whatever the marked one, we have to complete the symbols. Otherwise, we will not get the begin installation option. Here it is. See. So first I'll go with the installation source. Which installation source would you like to use on the network? I think by default it is enabled. We need to add this repo, new repo. For this, I have a repo one, m.data Oracle something. Let me give it that repo. Where it is? This one. Generally, if you are selecting complete version, it won't ask you these things. If it is not allowed you can type it em.oracle.com/repo Oracle Linux OEL 8 base OS the latest x86 64. That is fine. Installation source I have selected. Otherwise, by default, it will choose the own one. Okay, and then we are going to installation destination where we are going to install this thing. Hard disk. Select the custom one. Click on done. Here we need to choose the standard partition. LVM also you can go with, but I prefer like standard partition. Here we are going to create the mount points. In Windows, we call it as a C drive and D drive, but in Linux, we call it as a mount points. Similar way, I'm going to create some of the mount point names. Boot, I'll give you 2 gig, 2 GB I'm assigning. So next one is swap. I'll give 8 gig. And then root, I'll go with 45 gig. Still I have 15 gig is left. So let me add one more temp for temporary, like any softwares. If you want to keep, I'll keep it. Make it 12, not require 14 gig, I'll make it 1 gig will be buffered. That's okay. So totally I have created 4 mount points, boot, root, and temp swap. Okay, click on done. It will ask you the accept changes, whatever we have given, we have to accept the changes. Okay, accept changes. Installation is done. Then software selection, that's okay. And the network setup is important. Like I have enabled the network adapters to bridged one and internal memory one, I think host only adapter one, right? First we need to enable, here it is, this should be enabled. Okay, then we can able to connect this machine to locally also. Here it is, this is the host name where you are going to install your operating system and the database. Okay, I'm going to prod db, prod, I'll make it prod 1, that is prod 1, apply. This is my machine. Okay, network, like if I want to connect this, I need to connect with the prod1.local domain. That's okay. Root password we can installation source which I choose, and right here it is m dot something. You need to make it here, let it be. Okay, earlier it is not read it. Let me take this from here to here. If it is copy paste or let me write it. m.oracle.com/repo Oracle Linux Enterprise Linux 8 base OS latest x86 64. Here some error is it is not required. Delete that one. That is fine. We can choose on the net http://m.oracle.com. Why? Because we have chosen the boot image thing. So it is 680 MB. Or remaining binaries, if it is required after installation or while installation of this, it will read this one m.oracle and it will download all the related binaries. Okay, let me cross check one more time. m.oracle.com repo Oracle underscore Linux. No, right? Oracle Linux. OEL 8 Oracle and Linux 8 base OS latest x86. That's fine. Done. Okay. Okay, that is fine. It will take time and date. We need to choose according to our kind, like belongs to India. We choose this. So that is fine. Installation source. I think we have to wait for a few minutes to replicate this. Then we will get this begin install. Okay, this one completed. Software selections. This is important one. We need to select the server and default. If you want, you can leave it. But I'll choose some of the important things. File storage, hardware monitoring and all, network file system, performance tools are important thing required, and development tools are required. These are the supported RPMs are required. System tools. Yep, that's it. Nothing much. And done. Software selection also completed. Now it is asking to select, set your root password. Okay. Then password is too short. That's okay. For testing purpose, we are making that. See, now we got the begin installation. Click on begin installation. So our Linux OEL 8.3 in progress now. Okay, we'll pass this one now, and once it is done, we will get back. It's almost 700 MB. It is going to download, and RPMs. We have set it that this repo, right, m.oracle.com, and under the installation source, those are reading from here. Okay, let me quickly pass this and then we'll get back. Okay. Installation is in progress. It is initially downloaded some of the RPMs, and then it is going to configuring the RPMs. If you why? Because it is a boot image we downloaded. If you downloaded the DVD, all the RPMs related to this Linux, it will load it from the disk directly, so it will quicker than this one, boot one. So we'll wait for some time. Once this installation and all these steps will be completed, we have to reboot the system. This reboot option will be enabled at that time. So it's almost done. Configuring install the system. And the network configurations in progress. Yeah, we are about to close, I think, yes. So this also, like, it depends on your system performance and the memory which you have given. How much memory you have given. If you given 2 gig of RAM and one processor, it will be like another like 10 to 15 minutes extra time it will take. Here it is, no? Now it is completed. Like Oracle Linux is now successfully installed and ready for your use. Go ahead and reboot your system to start using this one. So this concludes your Oracle Linux 8.3 install. Let me click on reboot. Okay, reboot system. So this prod DB is the machine name, like our computer, and inside of that I have created like operating system. I'm going to install the operating system. So any machine or any computer will support one operating system. So if you want to install multiple operating system in a single system, you have to use any one of the third-party utilities like Oracle Virtual Machines, Virtual Box. So system is rebooted. Now it is asking me to log in. Log in with root user. Username is root, and enter your password. Here it is now. I have connected. What is my host name? Host name prod 1 local to my. Okay, let me update the M. We can increase the font size also. It depends on the system configuration or parameters. Okay, let me install what I need to show you. etc host. Need to update this as well. Okay, quickly update the M, and then we'll check again. We'll reboot this one. M update will do the RPMs if anything is missed. Okay, Oracle Linux Server 8.3 I have installed, but its kernel was took 8.8. Let me take cat etc release. See, I have downloaded the 8.3 software. Once it is, you have updated the M repository, it picked the latest release of the 8.8. Okay, host uname -a. So it is updated. After you updated this M repository in the installation console, it is updated. So far here, as of now, installation part is completed of the Linux machine. Now I'm going to update the M update. This will update the RPMs which are required to install all the prerequisites, RPMs or anything. No, this M will be updated. M update -y. It will take a couple of time. It will download all the base RPMs related to this, and then it will install. Okay, I'll pause this video. Then we'll get back once it is done. VM update has been successfully completed. And then you can quickly reboot the server. Reboot, it's a Linux operating system command. It will shut down, and then you will restart the machine. So this is the library where it is reading. Okay, Oracle Linux server. Once it is done, it will prompt you to log in. Enter your username. Here it is. Root and the password. Enter the root password. Okay. Then we need to start the network parameter to connect the same machine from the internet. I'll show you how. Installation part is completed. Right. 8.8 is updated, and now M also we have updated. If you want to see M update -y, we'll see again. If it is already updated, it is saying nothing to do and it is completed. Then what else? Like we can connect this with with our local machine config. If config will show you the network IPs. In this case, my network IP 192.168.0.85. Let me connect with that from my local machine. Here it is 192.168.105. This we will connect it with my local machine mobile extern. Let me enter that 192.168.100.105. Username we need to mention the Oracle. I don't have Oracle root user. So I have connected just before, it is not a prompted the password. So I connected to this prod DB, whatever we have installed here under virtual machine, this one 192.68 and that prod DB one. I have accessed from my local machine one of the utility, okay, mobile exam. So we can, if you want, we can check here if config. This is my IP where I connected to this database. Let me set up this in etc host. etc host, nothing is there, no. etc host. I insert and 192.168.105. My host name, what is my host name? prod1.local domain. Okay. prod1.local domain prod1. That's it. I have added this host name. If you want to check, you can enter host name. Cat etc host, whether we added properly or not, check this. 192.168.0.105, isn't it? Host prod1 local domain. Clear? Now this concludes our Linux installation on VirtualBox 7. Okay, whatever the mounts which we have created, right? Mount points, as I said, like 45 gig of root, temp with 14 gig, boot 2 GB, and whatever you have given swap, right? That is distributed with all these things. Dev SHM, run all these things. Okay, now installation completed of Linux. Now we need to download the Oracle binary Oracle software, and then we need to install the database. Let me show you that. To download the Oracle database software, we need to connect to edlb.oracle.com. So let me go back. The same page, sign in. Then here you can click Oracle database 19C, and then search. Here you can see it, right? 19C enterprise edition 19.3 is there, and 19C 19 Oracle in memory. I'm going to download this enterprise edition. Okay, we have other database versions also there and different things. I'm going to select this. It is added to my card. Here we need to download long-term release. Okay, and client, if you want to connect from the Windows machine to this Oracle database, select this also. So first select the platform where we are going to install this database on Linux machine, right? Just now we have created. Select that. Okay, unselect all. Only select this long-term thing. Other things is not required. Okay, grid means for rack installation. We are not doing that. Just select this and continue. We have to accept the license, review and accept it. Then we are getting these messages. These are licenses. Some of the, like in the software, we have everything. All the new features will be there. If you want to use those features, we have to pay extra amount. That is what they are mentioned here. Notes. Okay, that is not required in our case. Choose this 982063 file. If you click on download, it will download. Like it will download the SSL file, and it will. But in my case, I have already downloaded this software. It is there in my folders. I'll show you. 982063, right? 982063. That I have already there. If you want, you can click on download. Click on download. It will, as I said, right, the execution file, Oracle software execution file, this one, SSN for each and every software download. You will get this one. You have to click on that, choose the path where the download will be there, and then click next. That's it. It will download it. In this way, we have to download. As of now, I have that software, but how should I get that software here? We can do in two ways. Whether if you want to create a shared path to this machine, shared path means here one mount point, all the mount points is there, right? from this machine, this is my prod, whichever I'm trying to access the database, right? This one. I have to create a shared folder and I can access, or else I can use WinSCP tool to copy that download software from local machine to this Linux machine. Okay, in my case, I will show you WinSCP, how we are going to copy. I'll use this WinSCP. Why? Because see, software is there in my local machine, in my system, but I need that software inside your Linux machine. This is the WinSCP will help you to copy the remote files to local files to remote, like in a Linux machine servers. Take a new session, enter your hostname or IP address 192.168.0.105. Enter username, root, and password. Click login. First, when you are trying to access the first time, it will prompt you the permission. If you give yes, then it will move it to that. So here, root folder, it is going to copy. Make sure, let me create one directory for softwares. MK, where I am currently. I am at root, right? What are all the folders? I have only one CFG file is there. Let me create one, make directory, patches. Okay. Folder has been created. Let me refresh here. Here only one is there. If you refresh, it will prompt patches. So I'm going to copy the software to this location. See, I have chosen the path. This is my database binary. Let me drag and drop to here to copy that. It is going to copy. See the process also we are seeing 26% completed. It also depends on your system performance and the memory which you have in your system and internet speed. Network, we call it as a network speed also. Speed almost like 84. It's close to 3 GB of the size, I think it is. So 94% completed, almost done. So it is done. Now, earlier I checked, right? Just now I have created this patch directory. I did not enter to that directory also, cd to go to that patch directory. See, I have that software with this mount point. Okay, software download is completed. Now we need to install the prerequisites for database. If you want to install the database, we have one prerequisite. You can install with this Oracle database pre-installation one. Okay, let me install from the root user. Even you can use M also, or you can use DNF also command. It will prompt. These are all the prerequisite related. Oracle database we are going to install on Linux machine. These are all supported binaries for this one. Let's see, this one is downloaded. No, these are all dependencies. If you want to install this, remaining things should be there. So all these supported are prerequisites will install. And X11 utility, this also will install for GUI prompt. I'll show you this. Before I have installed this, I'll show you this prompt where it is. Machine is not showing completely, that is fine, but let me take another session, then I'll clearly show you. See here, X11 forwarding is disabled. Why? Because that related RPM is not there in my machine. That here it is downloaded, Xorg X11 utility, Xorg, this one. So as and when, if you want to install your Oracle database, you required, we are going to install it two ways. One is silent mode, another one is GUI mode. If you want to install this mode, this X11 should be enabled, like these two RPMs is required. Otherwise, we will not get the GUI prompt. I'll show you in a couple of minutes what is GUI. And another way we can install our database in silent mode. Silent mode is not required, all those things, but yeah, prerequisites also required. Not the these two Xorg auth and utilities related things. So silent mode, we can create one normal repository file, and in that file we have all the standards. Whatever we are going to give in the GUI mode, paths and manual things, right? Those we are putting into one sheet. That file we are giving while we are installation. That is only silent mode. Everything we have to give inside that file. Okay, either way you can go. You can go with silent mode with the response file. This response file we need to update all the information. Otherwise, you can go with GUI mode. I'll show you GUI mode. Okay. So where we are now? Yeah, it is prompted. Is this okay to move on? Yes. So now that is downloaded. Download portion is going on. Once that downloads, 41 updates has been downloaded. Now those are going to install. It's very quick. It won't take much time. And one more thing is that as and when you have installed your RP, like prerequisite things, it will create the Oracle user as I mean normally 19C, the prerequisites itself. Let me check whether Oracle user created or not. I haven't created any user till now, only root user I have. But after installation of this prerequisite, Oracle user has been created and groups also created. Those groups are already assigned to this one. If you want to see groups also, let me check. We have the command grep -i. I'll show you this one. The password we need to reset for Oracle user. Why? Because that user I haven't created. I have not created. See, Oracle user is there and password also there. What whether how many groups are assigned to this Oracle user in OS level? We can see here. OInstall is there, DBA is there. This earlier, no, before 19C, we used to do manually. We need to create a user add command, and also we need to create a group add, and then we need to add all these groups, whatever groups we have created, OInstall, DBA, OPER, DG, DBA, the RAG DB, all these things we need to add to that user. But in 19C, they have added that functionality inside of your prerequisites itself. Okay, now prerequisite part also completed. Systemctl, let me check. We need to disable these parameters also. It is required, like it will prompt you by default all these values. I don't want to see all these things. Cat etc c linux config. See, this one we can make it. It's enforcing. We need to disable this one. Okay, let me disable it. By default, it is enforcing. Insert, delete these things. Disable. Make it disabled. Save it. And nothing much, like for standalone database, we don't have much things to do. So prerequisites is completed. As part of this prerequisites completed, now we need to install the database, and we have free of them, like prerequisites RPM only we have installed. Now we need to create the mount points, whichever it is required for Oracle Home, Oracle Base, all those things. Let me create those. Okay, we need to where we need to install our database. We required a group, make directory -u01 app Oracle product 19C database. Here my database home will be there, and inside of that app I need to install Vara inst, Vara inventory. It holds Vara inventory, holds Vara inst file. Okay, inventory means what are the changes you are going to install, what are the configurations, okay, you are going to install on this database. Those information will store here. For that, we need to create this inventory first, Vara inventory. And our base also. Base is from under app only, Oracle. Oracle already there. I don't think so. It is. That is fine. Till Oracle we can give the base, then it will take it up the forward. Okay, let me check U0, and also we need to change the permission. As of now, U01 is holding root permission, root user, root group, but we need to change this owner -r Oracle, our user. We need to install the database using Oracle user, and group is OInstall /U01. If you providing this privileges to U01, all the folders and files which are there inside of that Oracle U01 will have that Group user and group privilege. Okay. Oracle is my base. That is fine. Okay. And one more directory we need to create. That is where you want to install your these things. Let me create data files under. For that also we need to mention under this is my base path. U0 Oracle Home is my base path. Under base we need to create that make directory vara data. Vara data means and also FRA. Okay, in these two files, vara data and FRA will holds my original data and the required archives, which if you enable the archive mode, those will stored in my FRA location. Okay, let me give it one more time. Okay, let me check now. See, after I have given this permission to U01, it is taking R means recurrence. Whatever the folders or files under the U01, all the things, all the files and the folders will get this owner and these things. 755, right? I'll give the mode 777 file, give it to that. Okay. Permission. CH mode, that is mode. Read write mode level. Till now it is having 755. 755 it is having, but I'm going to provide 775. Okay. And U01, let's see one thing. See here it is 77. Last this one is for 5. That is okay. So directories I had given, I need to prepare the environment. We need to prepare the Oracle environment. So for that environment, we need to create a file. Let me take it from here, one of the env where I have. Let me take environmental file we need to create, and then we can put the bash file, those information inside of the bash. Here it is. Sample one we need to take. This one I'll take it. Okay. According to my base path is this one, U01 app Oracle and product 19C, not the 19C, 19.0.0. Home is DB home. My DB is prod DB, it is not the rack. Prod DB. Or else I'll give prod only. Prod, that's fine. This is SID, okay, whatever the name, and global name will be there, that we can make it as prod DB. That's it, nothing much. This is fine. One more time, let me check. Product. Whatever the path we have given, no, U01 app, Oracle, product. This should be the correct one, okay? Let me copy this. Where I'm going to install the Oracle Home softwares. That we need to mention in that. Okay. Clear. Now I'll make this as a bash profile. Switch to Oracle user. VI. Edit the bash profile. And enter those. Insert. Paste it. That is fine. And we need to unzip the softwares. Okay. First, let me reset the password for Oracle. I don't know which password we have. Vara pwd. Vara passd. Passwd. Passwd Oracle. Passwd. Set the password. Okay, I have set the password. Passwd is the command to change your OS user password. Now I'm going to unzip the database software one to Oracle Home location. As of now, in our Oracle Home, we don't have any softwares, nothing. Okay, Oracle product 19C. See, in this path, we don't have anything, but the software is there. No, this we need to unzip to home location. Let me unzip this one. -D location is this. Once unzip is completed, we can start our database configuration. It will finish in a minute. It won't take much. Okay, what we did, yeah. Prerequisites is completed. We have what we did is no. We have installed update. Then install prerequisite for database created the directories for Oracle home, Oracle base, Ora inventory. Okay, that's okay. INVEN inventory. We unzipped the Oracle software to Oracle home path. So that unzip is completed now. See, if I have unzipped using the root user, right? The path, the changes will be there. Like if you want to read it, no, all these files under root user and root group, it should not be. It should be Oracle user and OInstar. For that, let me change owner, Oracle and OInstar. Now we can check. See, the changes happen. Oracle user and OInstar. Also, I'll give the change mode, chmod 3775, the permission I have given. So we will not get any issues while you are installing the softwares. So path is set. Bash profile also we have completed, right? Bash profile also updated. Unzip is completed. Now we start installation. Start database software. Then we will create database. Either way, we can go with the software with the database also. We can go in the same window, or else we can go with the database differently. Let me initiate it that. So let me close this issue. We got it right previously before installing the prerequisite. Let me take a new session. So let me connect with this root user, right? We need to connect directly with the Oracle user to this host 192.168.105. We will connect with the Oracle user. Password also I have reset it, right? Oracle user. X authority. Now we are not getting X11 forward, right? This authority, that is fine, no issues. It does not exist like X clock, X host, X host plus command not found, right? Switch root and here to check it. Clear. Let me check whether we have home correctly or not. This is correct only. All files are there. Then SID set or not. Check me. Let me check. SID is prod. Okay. That is fine. Clear. Go to the Oracle home location. Here we have run installer utility. Okay. We can initiate this. If display or anything is not set no properly, that will this window we will not get data. Expecting state support OS check. Are you sure you want to continue? We have some issue with this prod one. That's okay, no problem. Continue. So in this we can able to proceed further. On this screen, we can able to continue. Okay, earlier we got one error. No, for that we have to update this one. The CVE assume disk ID is OEL 5. In OEL 8, we are getting that due to some other supported versions and all. We can make the CVE assume disk ID OEL 7.8 or something. If you can update, we will get this. We will not get any issues. Okay. So create and configure a single instance database. This option create a starter database. Like if you choose software only and then we need to use DBs here, right? For rack installation, don't set. If you are going with a rack, you have to have select this one. We are not going to do this rack setup anymore. We are going with this one. Okay, it will do the configuration plus database creation also. Then next, desktop class, we will not get more functionalities and all. Select the server class only and then click next. Here we are doing like enterprise edition only, not the standard one. And the base path automatically it will pick if you want to modify this, is there any modification? If it is not correct, then change it according to that. Mine is correct, that is fine. Inventory also same. I have chosen this by default, it is checked. And the group also make sure you can check this O install. And it is for general purpose and transaction process. Yes, not for the data warehousing, OLTP, not OLAP, not for the analytic. If you are going to create this database for analytics, you can choose this. Mine is general purpose. See here, you have to make sure this is change your global database name according to your configuration. Mine is prod.local domain. How many characters? See, as and when if you are going to choose more than 15 characters here, you will get issues later on, like 4 characters, 5, 8, 10, exactly 15 characters. Isn't it? 5, 10, 16 is there. So global name you can choose, like otherwise no, the database name uniquely identify the global database name. It is fine. I'll make it only prod. That is fine. SID prod DB is my global database name. So container, what is CDB PDB model, right? If you don't want to use this container, you can make it that. And PDB name, I'll make it PDB1. Prod is my SID, not the DB. System ID is prod only. Global database name prod DB, that is fine. Click next, and here you can choose your this one memory. If you want to enable automatic memory management, we can adjust according to this SG and PGA one. Okay, but I'm not choosing this. That is fine. 2 GB is fine. So I'm not selecting this. By default, I'm keeping as it is. Where your data files needs to be installed. For that only, we have created this directory vara data. In this location, my data file should stored. Okay, if you want to register your EM console, you can click on here. We need to give all these things. I don't want to create. And enable recovery, we can enable it FRA. Oracle recovery area, you have to create this, otherwise it will create it and then it will store it. The FRA have created no directory. If you want, you can mention that as well. Okay, recovery area, that is fine. If you are using automatic storage management, in our case it is not true, then we can go with this. Folder is not there, it will create it. Let's see. If you want to keep different passwords for your admin users, system and PD admin, you can use this. Otherwise, go with the single password for all the admin accounts. Okay, I'll keep the password. Make sure it should not be complex. Okay, choose these groups. I can go with all or install only. I don't want to keep all these in different things. So install is fine for it's not the DBA. Make it all install, no issues. automatically run the configuration script. Like after while installation, we will get root.sh. No, if you don't want to run those manually, click it here, provide the root user password. That will do automatically. But in my case, I'm not giving this. I will take root scripts manually and I'll execute it from the root user. So not selecting this one. Now our prerequisites and all, it will check. If any errors, that will prompt you. If no errors, it will give you the summary. See, save this response file. Next time, if you want to install in silent mode, use this response file. And where I have chosen, leave it. I have saved it. Next time, if you want to install your database in silent mode, or you don't need to give all these things. You just create the directories and all. Use this one, prerequisites, response file, where we have this response file. Give that path. It will done the prerequisites, and then you need to execute the silent mode. That's it. No need to give all these GUIs and all. Those who doesn't have this tools access and GUI is not working properly, you can go with the silent mode. For that purpose, we can save this. Okay. That's it. We can click on installation. It will install and wait for some time. It depends on the system capability also. Why? Because it will install the softwares and also it will configure. Okay. I'll pause this video as of now and then we'll continue. As I said, as process of this prompt you to run these scripts, we have to follow these instructions also. These two scripts. Following the script needs to be executed as the root user. Okay, we have to connect to the server, database server, and run these two. Open a terminal window, log into root, run the scripts, return this window and click on OK. Don't click now. Okay, let me take the first script, copy, and I'll take another window. Here it is. I have already connected to the root user. I don't want to keep it here, clear. Okay, prod one is my host, run it. It is done, completed. Or invented is giving the permissions. Okay, groups and all, it is completed. Next script. Copy it, paste, run it. It will ask you the path by default. Keep it by default user local bin, enter. That's it. It will enter the etc varata inventory file updated. This path will be added. Okay, this will help you to, as and when if you want to restart your server, if you want to start your database automatically or not, that also it will. If you want to set up your environment using Vara-env, that will read from this Vara tab. Okay, these two has been completed. DB home, Vara-env, Cora-env, all these things has been set. That is where Vara-env, if you type no, it will take it up. Okay, under Oracle user and home path, it is updated. Then I have executed both the scripts, what they said. Click on this window. Okay, I did that. So it is proceeding further. 59% completed and rest should complete. Then installation is finished. Script like database config installation is completed and the database configuration. With this process, generally, if you could choose only software, right? That will complete till this part only, but we choose in installation plus database configuration also. So both the steps are done by this console only. As part of this configuration, dbca command, generally we can use Oracle Database Configuration Assistance and netca configuration. This will configure your network configuration, listener and DNS SQL.NET Vara files. So that also it will done. So that portion is completed and Oracle database configuration is going on. It will create your CDB and PDB things and supported things. We'll leave it. I think it will take 20 to 30 minutes. That too depends on your system performance, system configurations and all. So we'll pause this now. We'll get back once it is done. Now the installation process is completed. So this is EM console, but we haven't configured this as well. Let me copy this. and close the window. And we will try to access the database. Okay. So installation process is completed. These are the logs. If you want to see the process, all the things completed properly or not, you can view these logs also parallelly when you are installing the database. Let me take a new session, duplicate. Here I don't have any errors. Let me check whether my DB is up and running or not. System monitor. Yes, no. DB is up and running. Let me check. Here, that. Show PDBs. We should have one PDB. That too, it isn't read-write mode. Restricted mode, no, it should be. If it is a yes, there could be some issue in your Oracle patches levels and all. Okay, that we need to check now. Let me check. Select name comma open underscore move from database db prod db this read-write mode. Whether it is using your local parameter file or SP file, we can see in this way. Parameter P file. So it is using SP file, server parameter file. Okay, this concludes your database 19C, 19.3 installation on your Oracle OEL 7.3. As I said, we have upgraded to 8.3. It moved to 8.8 release. Thank you for watching.